going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see it. Says the tribe's been hard on them. Wants revenge on those who... A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it. Then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks sploding. Shoot it and watch it glow. Not too close, though. It's complicated. Give it another try. Boom, you're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Papa.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon.
Mulle kan frifgels.
Figures the honor belongs to the tribe, too. Out of it says he's doing his best to keep up, but from...
Come, Reaper.
He had a feeling you'd get along with the Myriad tribe, but it remains...
Cintuata moti huasa.
You seem to...
Candida duela bofo.
But out-of-date emphasizes that solving the tribe... That doesn't sound good. Out-of-date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of.
Tuloya. Voto Lola.
He says the time has come to confront the jumbo puff at the end of the West.
Tolu keta. Ya wawanaway.
Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen
Ugambun ang ugagad yebromo wufu.
You should get over there and see what you can do to help. Don't trip over what you can't see.
Jökulpish me. Prikonna munsi.
There's news of a Ronin joining the tribe. That must be you. Says talk. Let's see. That's a gnote. Easy prey for lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. Grab tight and don't let go. It's the chug yard. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the... They can... You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Tribes always scrounging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have started looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Made it count. Bomper bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. It's not so dark out anymore. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Let's see. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a... Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth He hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have... He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way. Gizmo encourages that. You should...
Fan that flame!
Wait! No! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous!
I've got all the codes.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to.
Julie, stop now.
Hard to believe the world is actually... Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance... Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seem so centered. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you.
Well, I value by you.
He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone.
No.
You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it... Brains need more airtime than this. That's the leftover you're looking for. That's the good stuff. Keep your eyes out for new paths. Easy to miss things down here. Let gravity help.
Teater. Sånn. Sånn. Sitt opp. Sånn.
He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun.
Well, valley by you.
He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles.
Hey,
He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction.
Dulu, Jovo, Yulo.
The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of... Who could stop you now? Settle in for the ride. The grease monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
But see.
in mo. Diava.
Let's see.
Wuksa u indabadan kali.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not
Baskilka Michael Tagukal.
claims he goes after the most dangerous game. Huge monsters.
Und Lump.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Leich.
Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make.
Sem.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Daremaya.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Zeta in Yach.
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Papa Zunu.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters.
Over bug ad.
Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead.
Baran udinamamba.
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones.
Piada.
Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther. He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world...
Dana undiza fela.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the...
Me.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters. Both
Intabadam farujudu.
says as big as they are, the world is bigger. To find where they are, you need to see where they've been.
Govein.
Moog,
Kuntuf.
fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something.
Schon.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should...
Khalifav Cairo.
Says you stick to the haunting and shots present themselves later.